Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes.
What's your name?
Yacel.
What's your full name?
Yacel. Taberramos.
All right. What's your last name?
That was the last name I gave you.
8.
Ramos.
Okay. Mr. Ramos, you're here in case 2021 MM6831AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. View the charging affidavit did find probable cause for your arrest. I was trying to see if the state of Florida had offered to resolve maybe both your cases.
At least this one, Your Honor. It's, and when I say this one, the MM6831, it's adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Wawa at 1201 South Cimarron Boulevard.
And
See if you got it.
the note that I have that he's set to plead on the other trespass, it was
October 14th.
it's the adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return and cost of investigation in the amount of $81.03 was the offer.
Okay.
To $81.03 to where?
It's usually OPD, but I will double check that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Ramos, did you want to resolve your case in both cases with adjudication of guilt, credit time served? This needs to be court costs and cost of prosecution in both cases. And in one case, there's a cost of investigation. Is that one you want to do today?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here in both cases, same charge. In 2021, MM6831AO, and in 2021, MM5475AO, you're being charged of trespass after warning. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail each and a $1,000 fine on each case. Do you understand?
I understand.
Did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to 6831?
No contest.
And Ms. George, your office represents him in 5475. What plea you want to enter on behalf of his?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cabrera, do you want to understand by entering a plea of no contest in each one of these cases, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you in each case?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Thank you.
Now, do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, you can be deported from this country based on these pleas?
Yes, sir.
I did have opportunity to view a charging affidavit in 6831, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. And in 5475, the party stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on those stipulations and based on the factual basis determined by the court is going to accept your plea of no contest in each case. I'm going to find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty as a charge in each case. I'm going to start my sentencing with 5475 AO. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty to the charge, give you credit for the 1 day that you spent in Orange County Jail with 1 day credit time served in that case. This court calls the cost of prosecution amount of $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien in that case. And the cost of investigation is going, where are we going to send the cost?
OPD, yes.
And there's $81.03 of cost of investigation to Orlando Police Department in that case. In 2021, MM6831, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty to that charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. This court calls the cost of prosecution in that case amount of $273. I'm going to bind both these cases for payment. I'm going to give you 3 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Meeting I leave today?
Yes.
Yep, unless you have something else holding you. Thanks, sir. Good. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Landon Barnes.
Mr. Barnes, it seems you're here in Duval County, case 2021 CF 5704 for a, looks like an on-view violation of probation. Court to find probable cause for that on-view violation, going to set your bond at no bond. You're going to want to appoint the public defender to represent you to get you over to Duval County to resolve that violation of probation. You have a great day, sir. No, Spanish. Rivera's going back.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Good morning, Mr. Barrera. This is Judge Bain calling from the BRC. I have a few defendants this morning I need your help with. If you can see if you make a connection with the headsets.
Certainly, Your Honor. And if you allow me just a moment, I am working from a different desk than my normal desk, so this might take
Is
me
there
an
a
extra
victim out there
second.
that needs an interpreter?
Paper, yes, sir.
Does he have a victim?
Alvarez, is there a victim? Does she want to be heard? She doesn't have to be. Mr. Barrera, could you communicate to her that she has an option to be heard, but if she doesn't want to, that's fine too.
Certainly, Your Honor. Señora, si usted quiere decir algo, lo puede decir, pero si no lo desea, no está obligada a hacerlo.
No, she doesn't want to. Okay, have a seat. Okay. All right, so we can use the headset. Well, actually, I want to make sure she understands what's going on. All right, Mr. Barrera, we want to stick with the overhead for a moment. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Muy buenos días, caballero. ¿Me puede dar su nombre, por favor? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The interpreter can't hear. I need him to get closer and speak up. Señor, por favor, acérquese y hable bien fuerte para que se le pueda escuchar, por favor.
Okay. Levis Jonathan Varela Alvarez.
Levis Jonathan Varela Alvarez.
Mr. Alvarez, you're here in case 2021 CF 12873AO on a charge of kidnapping, dating violence, battery, dating violence, and tampering with a witness.
Señor, usted está aquí en el caso 21 CF 12873 en cargos de secuestro, violencia doméstica durante citas e interferir con pruebas.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, and I did find probable cause for your arrest.
Voy a asignar las oficinas al defensor público para que lo representen y determiné que existe motivo fundado para su arresto.
State, what are you asking me to do is to count one of the charging affidavit.
Fiscalía, ¿qué me está pidiendo que haga referente al primer cargo de la affidavit de cargos?
Kidnapping is an offense that is punishable by life. I ask defendant be held no bond.
El cargo de secuestro es un cargo que trae una pena de cadena perpetua. Estamos pidiendo que se detenga sin derecho a fianza.
Mr. George, did you want to be heard as to what the state's request?
Licenciada George, ¿usted quería decir algo referente a la petición de la Fiscalía?
No, Your Honor, we reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing.
No, su señoría, reservamos el derecho a tener una vista Arthur.
All right, Mr. Alvarez, as a count one, I'm going to hold you at no bond as to that count. Count two, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $1,000, and count three in the amount of $500.
Señor Álvarez, en el primer cargo no tiene derecho a fianza. En el segundo cargo será una fianza de $1,000. En el tercer cargo será $500 de fianza.
Conditions of your bond is that you have no contact with the victim in this case.
Una de las condiciones de su fianza serían prohibiéndole usted contacto con la víctima en este caso.
You must maintain a separate residence from this victim.
Tiene que mantener una residencia separada de la presunta víctima.
If you have anything at her residence, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at her residence.
Si usted aún tiene pertenencias personales en esa residencia, le permito que regrese una sola vez acompañado de un oficial del orden público para recopilar sus pertenencias personales.
You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
No se le permite portar armas blancas o armas de fuego, cualquier arma que usted tenga, tiene que entregársela al departamento de alguacil no más allá de 24 horas de cuando le den a usted su libertad.
You have a great day, sir.
Que tenga buen día, caballero.
Do we have a victim in this case as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does she need a search
Your
and
Honor.
Spanish interpreter? All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. That was the question the interpreter was going to ask.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Buenos días, caballero. ¿Me puede dar su nombre, por favor?
Luis Rivera.
I thought we said we weren't using. The victim needs a Spanish interpreter. Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Interpreter, the victim needs your assistance, not the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Rivera, you're here in case 2021 CF 12828 on charges of battery, domestic violence, and aggravated battery on a pregnant person. Judge signing your warrant in
Rivera.
this case. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Go right ahead.
Judge signing your warrant in this case set your bond. Has already found probable cause for your arrest.
Señor Rivera, usted está aquí presente en el caso 21CF12828 en los cargos de agresión, violencia doméstica y agresión agravada a una persona embarazada. El juez que determinó motivo fundado firmó la orden de su arresto y determinó que existía motivo fundado.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Buenos días, señorita. ¿Me puede dar su nombre y me puede deletrear su apellido, por favor?
Linet Rivera. R-I-V-E-R-A.
Clarification, Your Honor. Me dijo Jeanette.
Linet, L-I.
She got to step a little closer to the microphone.
Acérquese
You
al
gotta pull it towards
micrófono y
her if she'd
alce la
like.
voz, por favor.
Linet Rivera. L-I-N-N-E-T-T. Rivera. R-I-V-E-R-A.
Gracias. Lynette, L-I-N-N-E-T-T, Rivera, R-I-V-E-R-A.
And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
¿Puede levantar su mano derecha para recibir juramento?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Usted jura solemnemente o afirma que el testimonio que usted dará en este caso será la verdad, toda la verdad y solamente la verdad.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, you put your hand down, ma'am.
¿Puede bajar la mano, señora?
Ma'am, can you tell me how you know Mr. Rivera?
Señora, ¿me pudiera decir cómo es que usted conoce al señor Rivera?
Yo lo conozco hace 2 años y medio. En una zona de trabajo, lo conozco. Y
I've known him for 2.5 years. I worked with him and that's how I met him.
All right. And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
¿Usted desea tener contacto con el señor Rivera mientras que el caso esté pendiente?
sí,
Yes.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
¿Han habido incidentes de violencia doméstica entre ustedes dos anteriormente?
no, nunca.
No, never.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
¿Drogas o alcohol afectaron los resultados de este incidente?
Sí, el alcohol lo traicionó.
Yes, and the alcohol made him do it.
All right. And does the other victim in this case live with you?
¿Y la otra víctima en este caso vive con usted?
Sí,
Yes.
All right, State, do you have any questions for the witness?
Not at this,
Fiscalía, ¿tienen preguntas para el testigo?
not at this time, Your Honor.
No en este momento, su señoría.
And Ms. George?
Licenciada George,
No questions, Your Honor.
sin preguntas, su señoría.
Does anybody want to advocate for anything other than no contact? It seems it's going to be hard for him to have contact with one without the other to living together.
Están pidiendo que no se le prohíba el contacto porque va a ser difícil que prohibirle el contacto con una persona y no con la otra.
Just pretrial release, Your Honor.
Solamente libertad prejuicial, su señoría.
All right, Mr. Rivera, as to count one, I'm going to set your bond amount of $150. Count two, $1,000. You'll be subject to pretrial release supervision in this case.
Señor Rivera, voy a proclamar su fianza de la siguiente manera. Primer cargo, $150. Segundo cargo, $1,000 con condiciones de libertad prejuicial.
Condition, you have no contact with the victims in this case.
Se le va a prohibir contacto con las víctimas en este caso.
You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
No se le permitirá portar armas de fuego o armas blancas. Cualquier arma que usted posea tiene que entregársela a los oficiales del orden público no más allá de 24 horas de su libertad.
You need to maintain a separate residence. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any items you have at that residence.
Tiene que mantener una residencia separada. Le permitiré regresar una sola vez acompañado de un oficial del orden público para que usted recopile sus pertenencias personales.
You may not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
No puede poseer alcohol o drogas a que no sea que tenga una receta válida.
Or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
O ingerir drogas o alcohol sin tener una licencia válida.
You're subject to random drug and alcohol testing while you're out on pretrial release in this case.
Mientras que usted esté bajo libertad prejuicial en este caso, se le harán pruebas de drogas y alcohol al azar.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Le voy a asignar las oficinas del defensor público para que los representen.
Yeah, strike the do not return and leave maintain separate residence.
Vamos a anular y tachar lo de no regresar a la escena y solamente exigir que mantenga residencia separada.
Everybody have a great day.
Que todos tengan un buen día.
Gracias, igual.
Thank you, you as well.
Just call. Yeah, just up in the middle of it, then All right. Do we have a victim that needs an interpreter as well in this case? No, Your Honor. All right, can we switch to the headsets then?
Sí. Buenos días.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm the defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Guadalupe Elizabeth Roblero Rodríguez.
Guadalupe Elizabeth Roblero Rodríguez.
Sí.
Good
Yes.
morning, ma'am. You are here in case 2021 CF 12876 AO on a charge of aggravated assault, dating violence, and battery dating violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. And she doesn't qualify, correct, Ms. Davis? All right, ma'am, I'm going to set your bond in count one in the amount of $1,000, count two, $150. Condition of your bond to be subject to pretrial release, supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return if you all share a similar residence with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order, ma'am?
Nada más sobre mis hijos.
Just regarding my children.
If they're your children, then your children can stay with you unless there's some other reason why you're not in your legal custody.
No, sí tengo la custodia de ellos.
No, I have custody of them.
Okay. You just can't live with the victim, all right? You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand?
Sí,
Yes,
All right, thank you kindly. Have a great day.
igualmente.
same.
All right, Mr. Red, thank you very much for your assistance this morning. I see
You're
you
welcome,
there in
Your Honor.
Osceola
Have a good
County,
morning.
so have fun.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
I'm not sure. Do I have an interpreter on the line? Looks like they're on hold. Hello, hello, hello? Nobody's here. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'm an interpreter. Can you tell me your name and put your ID number on the record?
Yes, please. Yes, sir. Sarah is the name, and the ID is 206021.
Have you been sworn in this morning by any chance?
No, not yet, sir.
All right, could you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear you'll translate from English to Creole and Creole, English to Korean and Korean to English to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right. And I have a defendant at the lectern. Could you ask him to greet him for this morning and ask him to tell me his name?
자, 안녕하세요. 제가 통역합니다. 성함이 어떻게 되시죠?
지영하.
My name is Ji Young-ha.
Mr. Park, you're here in case 2021 CF 10605 AO on a charge of violation of probation.
What case
자,
number?
지금 2020
2016?
오늘
What did I say?
21.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Madam Interpreter. It's 2016 CF 10605 AO.
지금 2016년도고요. 그다음에 CF10605AL 그 지금 보호감찰을 위반하신 기소입니다.
The judge signed your warrant in this case, found probable cause for your arrest.
Okay. 그래서 이제 이유가 있는 그것으로 인해서 그 판사님께서 이제 체포 원령을 내리셨죠.
It signed a warrant for your arrest, setting your bond at no bond. Your bond is going to remain at no bond.
그 번드에 관해서는 그냥 노 반드로 유지가 되겠습니다.
We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case.
그래서 이제 선임 변호사를 변호하시는 걸로 선택을 원하시는 거고요.
And you have a great day, sir.
네, 제가
네,
한
하루 되시고요.
말씀 드리고 싶은데요.
I would like to say one thing, sir.
Everything you say in this courtroom can be used against you. So I suggest you have an opportunity to counsel with your attorney before you decide to talk to me about anything, okay?
지금 본인께서 하시는 모든 말씀은 본인에게 불리하게 작용이 될 수 있기 때문에 우선 변호사와 얘기를 하시고 저한테 얘기하기를 원합니다.
예, 제가 제일 중요한 것이 뭐냐면은 제가 이렇게 2016년에 그거 한 것은 제가 알고 있습니다. 하지만 존경하는 판사님, 제가 말씀드리고 싶은 것은 제가 어머님 한 분이 계십니다. 어머님이 87살 계십니다. 87 years old. 근데 지금 치매입니다.
Madam Interpreter, could you please advise
Yes, ma'am.
the client, I would advise the client not to speak about the facts of the case.
Okay. 지금 이 케이스에 관한 그 내용에 관해서는 말씀을 안 하시기를 제가 조언합니다.
네, 지금 이 케이스에 대해서 말씀드리는 게 아니라 저희 어머님에 대해서 말씀드리는데 너무나 연세가 많으시고 좀 치매를 걸리셔가지고 저한테 의지하고 계십니다. 그런 가운데서
So, I'm going to stop him, sir. I'm sorry, just for the sake of interpretation. So, I'm not talking about my case, but I would like to talk to you about my mom, who's 87 years old, and she has dementia, and she's all depending on me. And so,
Yeah.
네, 의지하고 있고
So, Mr. Park, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm the judge that just follows the directions of the division judge. Judge Wilson signed your warrant. She told me not to modify it and to leave it at no bond. So if you have an issue, you got to take it up with Judge Lattimore, who you're going to see in the next few days. And then if not, with Judge Wilson. But you need to work with your attorney to get that raised with your counsel. So
Okay.
you have to, I'm not the judge that can help you right now, okay?
제가
네.
제일
지금 저는 본인을 도와줄 수 있는 입장의 판사는 아닙니다. 그 판사 윌슨 씨께서 그 내리신 모든 이런 영장에 관계된 거 또 바운드에 관계된 거를 그냥 명령대로만 지금 진행하는 중이고요. 이런 모든 내용은 지금 변호사님이랑 얘기하셔서 이제 얼마 있으면 판사 윌슨 선생님을 보실 거니까 그때 얘기를 하시기 바랍니다. 제가 어떻게 도와드릴 수 있는 입장이 아니에요.
예, 저는 몰랐고요. 그래서 판사님한테 제 어려운 말씀을 드리는 거고, 제가 하루 이틀 여기 더 있는다고 그래서 제 어머님이 저를 의지하고 계십니다. 다른 사람들은 기억도 못 하고 계십니다. 그런 상황에서 병원 문제라든가 식사 문제라든가 여러 가지를 제가 도와주고 있습니다. 제일 중요한 문제입니다. 제가 벌을 받는 건 받겠습니다. 하지만 저는 제 어머님이 좀 그런 상황에 계시기 때문에 저도 지금 64살이 됐는데 그런 가운데 저도 지금 몸이 아프지만 그런 거 다 중요하지 않고 어머님 때문에 지금 그 말씀을 다른 건 얘기하고 싶지 않습니다. 제 케이스든 뭐든 제 어머님에 대해서 말씀드리고 싶습니다. 한번 말씀 더 해주십시오. 그리고 정 안 된다고
So I don't want to talk about my case at this point. The most important thing to me now is my mom. She's 87 years old. She has dementia. She cannot eat without me. She doesn't remember anything. She can't even, function and to take her to the hospital. I mean, I have to take care of her from, beginning to end. And I'm 64 years old. I myself have some health problem. I don't care about myself. For what I've done, if I have to pay for it, then yeah, I pay for what I've done, but I'm not talking about my case here. Only concerns to me now is just my mom. I just want you to know that.
All right. Mr. Park, is somebody there to take care of your mother?
Yes, sir.
혹시 어머님을 보살필 분이 안 계세요?
없습니다. 지금 없는데 제 딸 하나가 있는데 지금 대학 다니고 있습니다. UCF 다니고 있는데 지금 일하고 있고 파타임 뛰기 때문에 거의 뭐 약이라든가 식사라든가 아니면 메디케이션이라든가 여러 가지를 지금 제가 다 도와드리고 계십니다.
So
I guess
the only person I have is my daughter who's, going to university and she's also working part-time. So, basically she cannot help her. I mean, I have to take care of her eating and giving
Mr. Park,
and everything. Yes.
my real question is, do I need to contact the Department of Children and Families to have somebody go check on your mother and to make sure that she's not in danger? Or or you already have made some other arrangements because you're not going to be released from the jail today? You're going to have to go see those other judges that I talked to you about because I don't have the power to release you today.
Okay. 자, 지금 제가 묻고 싶은 그 질문의 의도는 뭐냐면 혹시 아동 또 가족 그 부서에서 혹시 사람이 나가서 어머님의 안전 여부를 확인해야 되는지를 알고 싶어서 그래요. 왜냐하면은 오늘은 못 나가시거든요. 제1에서. 왜냐하면 아까 말씀드린 대로 다른 판사님을 보실 때까지 제가 오늘 릴리스를 해드릴 수가 없어요. 감옥에서.
예, 알겠습니다. 따라가겠습니다. 디렉션을 따라가는데 그것을 좀 참조해 주시고 지금 저희 어머니가 패밀리 거기서 어디서 나오든 나라에서 나오든 그게 중요한 게 아니라 저희 어머님이 저한테 의지하고 있고 저만 기억하고 있다는 것이 그게 제일 중요한 문제입니다.
Yeah, I understand, sir. I will just follow the directions and instruction, everything. It doesn't matter if someone's going to go out and check my mom from what department, whatnot, because I'm the only person that she will remember because she doesn't know anybody else. She doesn't remember anybody else.
Okay. All right. Have a great day, Mr. Park.
네, 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 수고하십시오.
네, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
Have a great day.
All right. Anything else I can help you with, sir?
No, ma'am. I think that was my only case.
All right.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too, sir. Bye-bye.
That doesn't look like Randy Purnell.
If you just went on a personal, she'll be right back.
Randy Purnell? Okay.
What happened with him?
He refused again.
Okay.
Might have a chance to talk to Mr. Purnell between yesterday and today?
No, we were hoping he would come today to try to resolve his case, Your Honor. So I'll waive the appearance.
All right, let me look at this case, his court file. I want to appoint a public defender to represent.
Bonding.
He's bond, that's what I was going to ask, if he was going to bond, because it looks like he doesn't have any failures to appear. He does have an address, so I was going to release him on his own recognizance, unless he wants to pay the bond.
He's bonding.
He's bonding? All right.
It's already posted.
I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Parnell, because that's what the Florida Supreme Court told me I need to do. Yeah, I guess Ms. George, you just want to waive it and we'll stay his bonds? We got to do something this morning.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll waive the appearance.
All right, we'll waive his appearance and we'll stay his bond so you can bond out today. All right, good morning. This is, all right, what happened,
She just stepped out from her seating area for a minute.
the pew? Okay. Like, she okay, or she's?
Yeah, she'll be back.
Okay, doesn't like, you said she had to go for a comfort break, is that right? All right, then I had Hilton as my next person. All right, good morning, ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Good morning, Monet Hilton.
Ms. Hilton, you're here in case 2021 CF 12875AO on a warrant signed by a judge, find probable cause for aggravated assault, domestic violence, tampering with witness, hinder communication to law enforcement, felony criminal mischief, and battery domestic violence. That judge, that's again, found probable cause for those charges. You're also here for a violation of probation in case 2021 MM 226AO. Judge signed your warrant in that case, set your bond at no bond based on these new law arrests. In the aggravated assault domestic violence charge, you're going to set your bond in amount of $2,000. Count 2, going to set your bond in amount of $150. Count 3, $150, and count 4, $500. Condition of your bonds that you had no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You also may not possess any weapons or firearms while you're out on release in this case. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. Do you have any? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, well, good. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
What question do you have about the no contact order?
In the upcoming days, if these cases turn to be dropped,
Yep.
these charges get dropped with the public defender's office or so, will
Public
the no
defender's office
contact
doesn't
still
drop
stand?
those cases, so.
I'm so
the-
sorry.
The state attorney can decide not to prosecute a case. So then the case would be released if they decide not to prosecute the case. Now, I'm gonna counsel you against listening to anybody that's not wearing a black robe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get something in writing from a judge or from the court saying that a case is dropped or something of that nature. Because people tend to depend on third-party information, hearsay information, which is the same reason why it's not reliable in the court. It's the same reason why you shouldn't rely on it out in the world, is because it's not reliable. And then people get arrested for violating court orders when you agree to not do those things.
Right.
So I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your cases, which is what I did. If you have any further questions about how that gets done and how you're going to communicate with the court, you need to do that through your attorney. And I want to ask Ms. George, do you want to waive her arraignment as to the violation of probation and enter a denial on her behalf so we can get her set for future court dates in her division?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive an enter denial.
And what does that mean? I'm so sorry. What that?
I'm gonna have, that's a question I can't answer for you, so I'm going to have to ask Ms. George.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes.
It's VOP status, October 21st at 9 a.m., and that's Division 50.
What courtroom?
7C.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? I need you to get in front of a microphone. Thank you. Can you slide just a little bit over to your right so you can get right in front of the microphone? There you go.
Lord Depew,
Still can't. I'm so sorry. This is a big vent over here. I'm trying to listen and hear you.
Lord Depew,
All right. Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 CF 12874AO on charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, and aggravated battery on a person 65 years or older with a deadly weapon. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1 in the amount of $2,500, count 2, $150. Condition of your bond will be subject to pretrial release supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order, ma'am?
none. I don't ever want to see or hear from that one again.
All right. Just please abide by my orders. Have a great day, ma'am. It's Tuesday. Going up in the club on a Tuesday. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Terry Ivy.
Mr. Ivy, you're here in case 2021 CF 117930 on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit. Judge signed. You're here on charges of battery domestic violence, tampering witness, hinder communication, and fleeing attempts to elude law enforcement with high speed or disregard. Judge signing a warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Only question I had was these prior DV cases are involving the same victim?
Two of them are. I think there was another one from this year and one from last year while the victim was pregnant. The other one from 2020 was his brother. The one from 2017 was his mother.
All right. All right, Mr. Ivy, in count 1, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $2,000, count 2 in the amount of $150, and count 3 in the amount of $5,000. Condition of your bond is you have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And you're also not allowed to operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order, sir?
No questions.
All right, you have a great day.
Judge, we got two siblings. You want both?
Yeah, sure. This was a wise decision. No? How are you doing, Ms. Davis? You okay down there?
I'm great.
First time you seen you this week. Feeling good? All right. It's a good Tuesday. All right, we'll start to my left, going to my right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Eric Markel Rockmore Jr.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12865AO on charge of aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Denzel Rockmore.
All right, Mr. Rockmore, you're in here in case 2021 CF 12864AO on charge of aggravated assault with a firearm and battery domestic violence. Reviewed your charging affidavits in both of your cases, did find probable cause for your arrest as to both of these charges. All right. Is it Merrick?
Merrick.
Merrick, all right. Mr. Merrick, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir.
Put your hand down. Can you tell me who is the gentleman standing to your left?
My little brother.
And do you want to have contact with your brother while your case is pending?
Say that one more time.
Do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
If you would like to have contact with me.
Well, this is an individual determination, so we'll get to your brother, Mr. Rockmore, to your left. But do you want to have contact with him?
Sure.
All right. Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past, like since you were an adult?
Yeah, not serious, but yeah.
All right. When was most recent incidents prior to this case?
Same type of issue. Just domestic dispute, just in between him, me, my wife, and his girlfriend.
All right. When was the most recent one before this case?
Before this case, I'll say like at least 2 to 3 months prior to that. This one.
All right. And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, sir.
All right. State, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Is it Dantel or Dontel?
Dantel.
Mr. Dantel, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, put your hand down. All right, Mr. Dantel, can you tell me who the gentleman is standing to your right?
My older brother.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Sure.
Yes? No? No?
Yes, sir.
All right. And was he correct with the last previous incident was like 2 months ago?
Yes.
All right. Is this an ongoing issue between you and like your two significant others?
Not necessarily them, just between me and him.
All right. It seemed like they don't let them. I guess I'm gonna say this. Well, let me finish this, and then we'll get to this situation. All right, State, you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Seems like a similar situation, how Cain killed Abel. But we'll get to set bonds in this matter. And count one in both of your cases, going to set bond in the amount of $500. Count two in the amount of $500. Condition of pretrial release in both cases. Same conditions. No hostile contact with each other. Now, you all are brothers. Brothers don't have to agree with each other. Brothers, we grew up together. You guys are close in age. So that means there are a lot of disputes and arguments and, fist fights and wrestling and all kinds of things that happened between you all when you were youth when you guys were younger. However, now that you guys are adults, that kind of situation continues. Or you let your significant others hype you all up into a situation that's going to cause you to do some crazy things that I read in this affidavit. You're going to get arrested. Both of you are going to spend a lot of time here with me on no bond status because I can't trust you to be out and act like adults in this matter. You're not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release in these cases. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you both. However, one of you is going to get what's something called regional conflict counsel because the public defender can't represent you both because there's a conflict of interest. All right. You guys have a great day.
Question?
Yep. Silliness, man.
We going biblical.
Right.
Come on, sir. Can you tell me your name?
William Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're here in case 2021 CF 12724 AO on a charges of kidnapping to inflict bodily harm, burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery therein, tampering with witness hindering the communication with law enforcement, battery, domestic violence by strangulation, and battery. Judge signing your warrant in this case did find probable cause for your arrest, and there's information already been filed in your case. And state, what do you ask me to do as to counts 1 and 2 in this matter?
Both of those offenses are punishable by life, Your Honor. I ask defendant be held no bond.
And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, Mr. Smith.
No argument, Your Honor. We reserve the right to have Arthur here.
As to count 1 and 2, Mr. Smith, we want to hold you at no bond as to those charges. And count 3, we want to set your bond amount of $150. Count 4, $150, and count 5, $100. Conditions of your bond are all the same, that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you may have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order?
No, sir.
All right, you have a great day, sir. Bye. Mr. Bigney?
Is it going?
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Good morning. My name is Stephen Dorsey.
Mr. Dorsey, you are here in case 2021 MM449AA on a charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Rudy Dorsey.
Can you spell your last name?
Dorcee.
And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you can put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Dorsey?
That's my little brother.
And do you want to have contact with your brother while this case is pending?
Yes, sir.
Has there been previous instances in domestic violence between you all in the past?
No.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
State, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
Mrs. Dorsey, I'm going to set your bond in this case in an amount of $100. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You to have no hostile contact with your brother. Do you understand that? No hostile contact means this. Listen to me. No hostile contact means this. You're allowed to have disagreements with your brother. You all do not have to agree on all the things that that come along in life. You have arguments about who's going to win, on Thursday night. And if you have a fantasy football league, you talk trash to each other, all those things happen. However, those disagreements cannot turn violent. They cannot be threatening. There can be no abusive language used, because no matter whether he calls law enforcement or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing that feels like it's come to that point, they're going to call law enforcement, you're going to be arrested. You're going to spend the remaining of your time here with me and with this case on a no bond status. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Now, this no contact orders or any restriction orders are one-way streets. If you don't want to have contact with your brother, that's up to you. Not making a decision for you. But allow you to have contact with him. It just has to be no hostile. You understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. You have any other further questions? Have you talked to Ms. George? And I'm appointing her to represent you in this case.
He said, he stated that if you could go downstairs and pay the bond for him. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, have a good day, sir.
Do, sir.
Huh? Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Hi, Javier Hampton.
Ms. Hampton, you're here in case 2021 450 AA on charge of battery dating violence. Did review the charging affidavit in this case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,500. Condition on your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to make sure you maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return. I would call it a residence to the scene with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you have any questions about your no contact order, ma'am? No. All right. All right, you have a great day, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Martin Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez, you're here in case 2021 MM6833AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this matter of about $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order?
We do all live together. We own the house. Is
Yep.
there any way-
No, that's why I won't have her put some input in here. So right now, there's gonna be no contact order. Now, you have an attorney representing you. You can get in front of Judge Wayne Shoemaker and she can hear from the victim. And maybe he has a different determination as to whether you're allowed to have contact. But right now, no contact. You guys know,
What would we have to do if they agree that it's fine?
once again, you tell somebody in the black robe, like me, Judge Wayne Shoemaker's your division judge. So if he says that you're allowed to have no hostile contact, then you're allowed to have no hostile contact. But until that happens, no contact. Because if you violate my orders, it's not going to be a happy day for you if you get arrested for that. You understand that?
Okay.
All right, have a great day.
Huh?
Have a great day.
We have Ms. Jones as behavior, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Jones' behavior. This is 2021 MM6856AO. Ms. Jones here on charge of battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent her.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, is she qualified? I'm trying to, because there's a bunch of out-of-state history in this one trespass case from last year.
I wouldn't want to
Okay, that's fine.
say because of the VLPs I see, she may still be on VLP. I don't know.
That's fine. All right, I want to set bond in this case amount of $1,000. Condition of the bond that she have no contact with the victim. She maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give her a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items she has at that location. She may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms she has needs to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of her release. She also may not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. She'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing in this case. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Frank Rivera Jr.
Mr. Rivera, you're here in case 2021 MM 6843 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Does anybody know if this last domestic violence case was involving the same victim?
Just a minute, Your Honor. What year, Your Honor?
Say again?
You said the last one?
Yeah, I don't know when it was or if it involved the same victim. That I was trying to figure out.
Your Honor, I looked up the history in Orange County and I couldn't find one with the same victim.
All right, Mr. Rivera, I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $1,000, condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order, sir?
I couldn't hear you, sir.
Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order?
No, sir.
All right, you have a great.
24 hours to retrieve my belongings?
No, you got 24 hours to turn over any weapons or firearms. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve your personal items. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't control when this was in, I don't know if this was in OPD or sheriff's office.
PD.
Yeah, I don't know when the Orlando Police Department, when they're available to go out and meet with you and and go to the house with you. So you got to call them and schedule that.
Okay. All right.
All right, have a great day. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jorge Masmela.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 6854 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. I'll set your bond in this case in the amount of $250. Condition your bond to be subject to pretrial release supervision. You're to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Do you have any questions about the stipulations of your no contact order, sir?
No.
I can't hear you.
No.
All right. You have a great day, sir. All right. The Hill bond?
Hill bonded, Your Honor. And Johnson is a refusal.
Brandon Johnson is a refusal. All right, this is 2021 MM 329. Hill bonded, Johnson is a refusal. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Johnson.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
He has a VOP bond case out of Seminole County. Bond is $1,000. So remain as set. And Costa. I had Nicole Costa as my next person. Oh, I don't know. Wait. No, stuck. No, they stuck together. There we go. Apologize. All right, Williams. There we go. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Giovanni Angelo Williams.
Mr. Williams, you're here in Seminole County case 2021 MM 1905 AO. Judge in Seminole County set your bond amount of $500. Your bond is going to remain as set. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you till we get you over to Seminole County. You have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Costa.
Ms. Costa, you're here in 2019 CF 1367 AO for violation of probation in that case. Judge signed your warrant in that case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thought I had an attorney. Allers, A-L-E, Alliers.
Always like, hold on.
I might be good.
Well, it's like you hired an attorney, so let's see.
Sorry?
Somebody or you hired an attorney.
I did.
It's Allers.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, did you want me to try to get in contact with him for this hearing?
I'm not sure. I never had an attorney before. I never had a no bond or been in a situation. Just want to do what I got to do and.
All right, just step back for a moment. Step back for a moment. We'll see if we can get your attorney to appear virtually. And we'll, yes, you can. Yes, Ashley. Yes, please. Then she can give him instructions. Yeah, we'll follow, yeah, probably yesterday or this morning. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Michelangelo Cruz III.
Mr. Cruz, you're here in case 2017 CF 13333 AO for a violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. I believe you have Mr. Bigney representing you, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, yeah. All right. The court made him aware of your hearing. He said he'll get in contact with you at a later date. So we're going to get you set for VOP arraignment in the next courtroom. All right. You have a great day, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there a date on that?
So Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Have a great day. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Giancarlo Joaria, good morning.
Good morning. You are here in case 2020 CF 874 AO for a violation of community control. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. So you're also a violent felony offender, special concern. You're not going to be entitled to release or bail or bond on this case until your violation of probation comes to a hearing. We want to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Michael David Neal Sr.
Mr. Neal, you're here in case 2020 CF 10262 AO, and as well as 2020 CF 10184 AO, both for violations of community control in your case. Judge signed your warrants in your case, set your bonds at no bond. Your bonds will remain at no bond. You're also a violent felony offender, special concern. Not going to be entitled to release or bail on bond on this case until your violation of probation goes to hearing. You want to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Yes.
You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Norris Palmer.
Mr. Palmer, you're here in case 2020 CF 11521 AO for a failure to appear warrant. Mr. Verrett represents you in that case. He said he'll contact you later about this case, but your bond is no bond in that case. I want to order that you have no contact with the victim in that case. You're also here in case 2020 CF 9974AO for violation of probation. Judge signed you warrant in that case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond is going to remain at no bond. Going to, in both cases? Yeah, no. Want to appoint a public defender to represent him in his violation of probation case. You have a great day, sir.
Sir?
You have a great day. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Put your hands by your side, bro.
Here. Yeah, yep, just tell me your name. It's fine.
You can refer to me as brother.
Refer to you as, what'd you?
As brother, Your Honor.
All right. Are you also known as Leon Gray?
No, Your Honor.
Have you ever been known as Leon Gray?
No, Your Honor.
So you're, on your birth certificate, it says brother?
That's correct.
Just for the court's knowledge, Your Honor, we did see him yesterday on his other charges. It was determined that he was in fact Mr. Gray Leon based on the fingerprints that came back.
All right.
That is incorrect, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is anybody else known you? Not, have you been known as? That's the question. So, Ms. Davis, he is, based on APHIS, he's turned to be Leon Gray? All right. All right, brother, known as by the court as Leon Gray. You're here for a violation of probation in case 2021 CT 1863AO. Judge signed a warrant in that case. Set your bond at no bond. Your bonds remain at no bond. I'm going to appoint the, well, question, did you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case?
Your Honor, can I ask, why do you think that my name is Leon, that name that you're referring to?
Well, the government thinks your name is that, so I have to refer to you as something, and that the government can recognize. So you can decide to be known as whoever you want to be known as, but I had to make sure we have a correct record about who was in front of me physically.
So is it lawfully correct to identify somebody of a name that they're not used to being identified by?
It happens all the time.
As putting a name on a third party?
It happens all the time.
I'm sorry?
It happens all the time.
Well, Your Honor, I would like to reserve my rights pursuant to UCC 1-308, not to be compelled to any unrevealed contracts.
Well, before we get to that, do you want me to appoint a government attorney to represent you?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that's all we need to know. So I'm not going to appoint a public defender to represent you. You have a great, and we'll get you on.
Your Honor.
One second. I want to ask you one more question to make sure we're procedurally. I want to ask him. All right. Well, I'm not really prepared to do a FREDA hearing right now, so I may have to see him. No, we got to give him dates. Well, I can do this. I want to enter a non-presidential denial of your violation of probation to get you to your division judge so they can have a complete FREDA hearing as to whether you are competent to represent yourself in this case. So
I'm not sure if we can go further without my understanding of the letter of the law, Your Honor.
no, that's not how this works, sir. Everybody that lives in this country is determined to know the law. So what your understanding of the law is something that can be determined at a FREDA hearing where you're competent to represent yourself. But knowledge of the law, everybody is determined once you step foot on this soil in this country, you are determined to know the law in this country.
It's not the question of understanding the law, it's the letter of the law is what I'm trying to refer to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So your knowledge of the law is what I'm determined for right now. That's why I entered a non-presidential denial of your violation of probation. So I'm reserving your rights. So when you get to your division judge in Division
61, BOP status, November the 15th at 1:30 p.m.
61. All right, so we get in front of Judge David Johnson. He will have a discussion with you within a FREDA hearing about what your understanding of the law is to make sure you are competent to represent yourself in our criminal system. Do you understand?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Well, we'll make sure we'll get to that point, and we'll let Judge Johnson deal with that. All right? You have a great day, sir. Huh? Yeah, non-prejudice denial for the VOP. Yep. And you want to go to recess? We'll take a quick recess while we try to see if Mr. Alders is available. Oh, he's on Cisco? All right. Let's bring back Ms. Costa.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
Sir.
You are the only participant.
Oh, there he is. You got somebody joining the call?
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I just can't see you. But all right, we'll go with that.
I know, I'm right here, but I'm working from home. I wasn't prepared, so that's why I'm appearing. Is it okay if I just appear with my voice?
Yeah, you could have just tied the hair up real quick and I'll accept your appearance.
I'm sorry, say that again?
So you could have just tied the hair up real quick. I'll accept your appearance.
Yes, Chavelis Allers.
All right,
You
Ms.
said you
Allers. Ms. Allers, we're here with Ms. Costa, which I believe you can see. And,
Yes.
And somebody keeps moving my camera. 1 second here. There we go. There we go. There we go. And we're here in case 2019 CF 1367AO. All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name one more time?
Nicole Costa.
Ms. Costa, you're here for violation of probation. In that case, the judge signed your warrant, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's to remain at no bond to get you in front of a judge for a bond hearing. Ms. Alders, did you want to add anything to
Yes,
our...
Judge. Yes, I wanted to request the court to set a bond for her. The main issue with this case and why she was violated, it's because they requested a urine exam perhaps like 3 or 4 days after she pled. So, they didn't give her enough time to get cleaned right after she pled. So I asked if this court can set a bond for Ms. Costa.
All right, let me look at the VOP warrant. This is Judge Blackman.
Also in treatment to do.
1 second. All right.
And that first time she reported, the PO, according to my client, was threatening her to send her to DOC and arrest her and give her 5 years. But this was so close to the day that she pled that, usually, they try to, I wasn't the attorney representing her, but usually they try to set this urine analysis 30 days out to give the person some time to get clean. And that didn't happen.
I mean, they usually
here.
don't violate them for the first one. That's usually what happens. They usually have to drop that first encounter with a probation officer. That's usually standard protocol. But the question really is about whether they're going to violate them or not is really the question. Hey, look at one more thing. And then there's also an allegation of absconding. So Ms. Costa, you should be able to take advantages of the amendments that our legislature made to 9048.06 based on these allegations, but not going to disturb Judge Bleckman's warrant based on his determination that you to be given a capias versus a notice to appear in this case.
I'm not sure I understand. I don't understand what you mean.
So Judge Bleckman is your division judge. Judge Bleckman issued a warrant saying no bond. That was back on October 22nd of 2019.
Sir.
And, well, sorry, not, I don't think Judge Blackman is the one that signed your warrant. I think he's the division judge now. Judge Adams issued your warrant back then. Since then, back on January of 2020, there was an amended violation of probation alleging that you absconded from probation. It's now, you're arrested some odd a year and 9 months later after the last violation, amended violation was alleged, and almost 2 years after the original violation of probation. So I have concerns about you're making yourself available to the court for either supervision and or to appear for court. So I'm not going to disturb Judge Gail Adams' warrant in this case, and I'll have you to go. You have Ms. Elders representing you. She can get you in front of Judge Blackman, and whether he feels that at that point that you are someone that can show up for court and be other supervised outside of the court's supervision. All right. So right now, you will be set with, did you file a waiver? Yes. Did you, it was supposed to be entered denial waiver?
This is a felony probation.
No, I'm looking right now. I'm looking at what Ms. Alders filed. She filed a waiver. Well, I guess we'll accept it, enter denial. So you may not get set for in-jail arraignments. It looks like you're set for Thursday in front of Judge Lattimore, but that may get canceled because your attorney filed a waiver of arraignment. And we can get you in front of Judge Blackman as soon as possible to, get your case resolved.
So you're saying it was.
Yes.
Ms. Costa, can you please call my office and I will explain the procedures to you? It's pretty much what we discussed in jail last week. So just call my office, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You're saying though it would be for Thursday, but it might be sooner?
It may or may not be sooner. It depends on how fast Ms. Alders is able to get some calendar time in front of Judge Blackman. But you're set for in-jail arraignment on the 30th, but I see there's a waiver in the file, so that may get canceled. So I don't want you to think that you're going to see you go to court Thursday, and that may not happen, okay? All right, does anybody have anything else before we take a recess this morning?
I don't. Thank you, Judge, for calling me and letting me appear.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great day.
You too.
Yes, ma'am.
I just had a question, Your Honor. Did you have a, on your, I guess, an add-on for JVR de Jesus? It was supposed to be a polycom plea. I don't know if you heard anything about it.
Was it the one from Lake?
I've seen that, man.
No, he's on arraignment, but the attorney, no, I think it's in Orange County, Your Honor. The attorney downtown was stated she set it up for a polycom plea, but I just wanted to.
Polycom, we don't do
I didn't have
polycom here.
anything.
Yeah, we don't do polycom in here.
Okay,
That's
I
gonna
just
all
wanted to
happen
make
at the
Mhm.
PD phone.
I know he,
Yesterday. September 24th.
no, it's for a DUI case. That's why I just,
Oh, I don't have that.
okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Demetrio Garcia. Demetrio Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, you're here in case 2021 MO1116AO on charge of open container. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. In this case, the city of Orlando is offering a withhold adjudication of guilt and court costs. You also have another case, 2021 MO1001AO, for the same offense. Courts can offer you an adjudication of guilt and court costs and a filing fee in that case. You want to resolve your cases, all your cases, or just one of them?
Can I do both?
Yes, you can. Can you raise your right hand and be
Okay.
sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here in that case 2021 MO 116 AO and 2021 MO 1001 AO for the same offense. It's all open container. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in each case and a $500 fine in each case. It's the maximum penalties for that charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve these two cases?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you in Spanish?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea, do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, they'll subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
I had an opportunity to review both of your court files in these cases and did find a factual basis contained therein to accept your plea of no contest in both cases. Going to accept that plea of no contest, finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered in both cases. I'm going to start my sentencing with 2021 MO 116 AO. Going to withhold adjudication of guilt, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in that case are $223. As a 2021 MO 1001 AO, court's going to adjudicate you guilty as to that charge, give you credit for the 1 day that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 1 day credit time served. Court costs and filing fee in that case are $233. Sorry, $283, apologize. Oh, sorry, 220, is it 223? Yeah, $233, there you go. Together. Correct. Yep, $10 filing fee. So 233, I was right the first time. We're buying both these cases for costs. I'm going to give you 3 years from today's date to pay this money directly to the clerk in full. You got 30 days from today's date to appeal this judgment and sentence in writing in each case. You understand? All right, you have a great day, sir. No, adjudicated in the...
Honor, ASA May is fine with Rocket Docket on Friday.
All right, so we're all in consensus.
Your Honor, Jimenez is medical.
All right. This 2021, CT 1677 AW and 2021 CT 1681 is our 878 AW. Going to appoint a public defender to represent Ms. Jimenez and Mr. Jimenez in both cases.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
I'm struggling here. All right, as I did find probable cause for his arrest as to the charges of driving under influence and no valid driver's license in each of one of his cases. Going to set his bond as his driver's license suspended case amount of $1,000. His no valid driver's license case amount of $250. Conditions of both his cases that he not possess any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription, subject to random drug testing, drug and alcohol testing, not operate a motor vehicle without valid driver's license. He's out on bond in case 2021 CT 1462 AW. Court's going to revoke that bond, set a new bond amount of $2,000. 1,000. Oh, sorry, no valid driver's license. Apologize. That's 250. Yeah. 1,000. Correct. Yes, ma'am.
And you want an RUA on both of the cases?
Yes, ma'am. All right. Yeah, no. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Luis Jason Rivera Ferrer.
Luis Jason Rivera Ferrer.
Sir, you're here in three matters. The first one, 2021 MM 6077 AO. Here on charge of failure to appear warrant. Bond in your case is $500. You're also here in case 2021 CF 3206 AO for a failure to appear warrant. Bond in that case amount is $2,500. You're arrested on a warrant of new charge 2021 CF 12546 AO for a violation of a sex offender failure to register. Judge found probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in that case amount $3,500. Additionally, your bond that you have 48 hours from the time you're released from the Orange County Jail to report to the sheriff's office as a violent sexual predator or sexual offender. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your cases that you're not represented. You have a great day, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
I think that's my last Spanish case, correct? Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Mr. Figueroa. Have a great week.
Not a problem, Your Honor. You as well.
You have the arraignment.
You got the arraignments? All right, let's knock that out then. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, 48 hours to report. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
First name is Carl, last name is St. Croix.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CT 6404 AO on a charge of driver license suspended. Along with two prior convictions. There's a first degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Mr. George, you have a plea you want to enter on behalf of your client? There's a 10-day mid-man case.
I'm checking that, Your Honor.
If it's the misdemeanor two prior.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much credit does he have, Mr. Davis?
1 moment.
Oh, he has 20, oh, he has 38 days, so he's good. 39 days, he already served the time.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You said it is, the offer was adjudication credit time served?
Yep.
Okay, yep. Mr. Saint, Carl, he would like to enter a plea of no contest and accept the state's offer here today, Your Honor.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here in case 2021 CT 6404 AL on charge of driver license suspended with two prior convictions. That's a first degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $5,000 fine. It also carries with it a 10-day minimum mandatory sentence in this case. Ms. George, what plea do you want to enter on behalf of your client?
No contest.
Mr. Saint, is it Sierra?
Saint CYR actually, but the officer is messing it up with the St. Croix.
Is it Saint Sierra or Saint Cyr?
CYR, SAINT,
All right, sir, you understand my entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Henry?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you understand that also that this sentence, again, can be used, a conviction at a later date can be used against you to increase your sentence up to a third-degree felony?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand about entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen? It could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
The party stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor, for the purpose of the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
I also had an opportunity to look at your court file in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest in this case. Find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty as to the charge. I'm going to give you credit. I'm going to give you credit for sentence you to 39 days in the Orange County Jail. 10 days of that is a minimum mandatory sentence with credit for 39 days, credit time served. The cost of prosecution in this case is $306. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. I'll give you 3 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand?
How much, I was trying to find out how much.
$406 is the total. You got 3 years to pay.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. We're only here for this one. That's why I asked you if you wanted to take over, you wanted to wait. Yep. That's fine. So now, this one. I don't have my case pulled up. Nope, just for today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good afternoon, Judge Bain. My name is Douglas Roche.
Mr. Roche, you're here in case 2021 MM6005AO on a information file charging you with petty theft in count 1. It was a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 60 days in the county jail. And 2, unlawful possession of a personal identification of another. The first-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand?
I understand.
You're represented by the Public Defender's Office. Ms. George, did you have a plea you want to enter on behalf of Mr. Roche?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Roche, I want to accept your plea of not guilty in this case. I'm going to set you for a pretrial and trial in Division 85 on the following days.
Division 85 pretrial conference, October the 11th at 9 a.m. and 4 a.m.
You have a great day, sir. Huh? Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Melvin K. Brown.
Mr. Brown, you're here in 2021 MM6855AO on charge of possession of drug paraphernalia.
Sure.
Review the charging affidavit in this case. Found probable cause for the state. Are you taking any action as to this case?
State will enter a no bill at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, the state of Florida is enter no information to your case. I want to release you in your own recognizance at this time. You have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Say your name one more time.
Dennis Fernandez.
All right, sir, you're here in case 2021 MM6850 AO on charge of petty theft. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. State, was there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Walmart at 8990 Turkey Lake Road.
And Mr. Fernandez, did you want to take that offer?
Yes, I do.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Do we get fingerprints for the last guy?
Yeah, I gave them a card for the door.
Yes. Okay, I didn't see the fingerprint card go back, so I was wondering for sure. Okay, so I apologize for this. My mind is got three different things going on at one time. All right, sir, you understand that this charge you're facing is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Also, that the charge you're facing, it can be used at a later date. This conviction can be used at a later date to enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Okay.
No, do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit in this case, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty as a charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in this cost of prosecution in this case are $273. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Now, in your open case, just thoughts. You may want to think about drug court as a possible resolution for you in this case based on your criminal history I'm looking at right now. A lot of things, a lot of your problems do have to deal with substance abuse and narcotics. So you may want to investigate drug court with Judge Lattimore to help you deal with those and give you the tools to help deal with those habits and that disease. You understand?
Sure.
All right. So you can stop being arrested. You can live a life free of having to see these four walls. All right. Have a great day.
No action?
No action on a bond case, no. Are you making offers on all these prostitution cases?
No, Your Honor.
Are you not at all?
No.
Okay. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Ms. Greek, you're here in case 2021 MM 6857AO on charge of prostitution. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $500. Condition on your bond is you not return to the scene of the location. You're not possessing drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You are out on bond in case 2019 CF. That's fine. 2019 CF 16367AO. The court found a probable cause to commit a new law offense while you're out on ROR in that case. Is going to revoke that bond, set a new bond amount of $2,000. Condition of that bond, you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. I'll be represented by the public defender's office in that case. I'm also going to appoint them to represent you in your new case. So you have a question, you talk to Ms. George because everything you tell me is on the record.
She stated, Your Honor, that they already were giving her an offer of adjudication credit time served, but due to the fact that her attorney wasn't in court, she couldn't take it. When I looked at it, it looked like,
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on with that case. It's been going on since 2019.
yeah, like,
She was released. She's failed to appear several times in that case as well.
no, my
She's
lawyer.
also, the attorney, the last thing that happened, I believe, one of your attorney that you hired withdrew from the case. Looks like probably for some financial reason. And then now you got another attorney.
No, I had a conflict attorney.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you got another conflict attorney.
Because it's a conflict with the conflict attorney's office, not financially.
Yeah, I don't know. So like, I don't know, like some reason why the attorney had to withdraw. Then now you got another attorney. So you think you get in front of.
He's not gonna.
I think that was. I forgot who. I think maybe Judge Wilson. Yeah, the felony case.
He's not gonna.
Division 17.
Your Honor, she's asking if possible, could you at least reduce the $2,000 bond to $1,000?
Not based on the history I was looking at. That was like.
I haven't been
So-
in school in 2 years.
Yeah, but the fact that case has not come to a conclusion
I only
raised
have
me.
one charge left. I already pled out to half of it last week.
I don't know what half. Yeah, I don't know what half you're referring
I
to.
have 2 charges. I have 2 cases.
Yeah. So the other case, you probably should get in front of. If you have a credit time served offer, you should get in front of the judge relatively quickly. That's in a couple of days. This Monday, I believe.
So
Right?
I can bond out on both of these?
Yep, you can bond out. That's why I gave you a bond in both cases.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day.
Right.
Harris.
is medical.
Is he gonna be available in the next day or two?
He should.
So tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, which day?
Tomorrow is fine.
All right, let's reset Mr. Harris for tomorrow and see if we can possibly get his case resolved. Yeah, I'm not taking any action on his other case for today. It doesn't matter.
Hasley is also medical.
She gonna be available tomorrow maybe as well?
No.
No? All right.
Taxing, so maybe 4 or 5 days.
All right, this case 2021 MM 6858 AO. Ms. Haslin, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent her.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, she's here for a charge of prostitution. Going to set her bond in this case, or sorry, with a second violation. Going to set her bond in this case amount of $1,000. Condition of bond, no return to the scene of the location, no drugs or alcohol, without a valid prescription, and we subject her to random drug testing in this case. She's out on bond in case 2021 CF 7087 AO. Court's gonna revoke that bond, set bond account 1 amount $2,000.
They only filed on the possession of fentanyl.
Yep, sorry. And then with RR as other accounts, that's what's my intent. Just to make sure she's not being held on a charge she wasn't charged with. Yep, and then RR and any other remaining counts. Because sometimes they get caught because they only filed on one charge, but then the affidavit says, 5 charges. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is McCoy.
Sir, you're here in case 2021-6852 AO on charge of trespass after warning. Did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. State was going to offer to resolve this case.
Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 1501 North Alafaya Trail.
Thanks, Your Honor. Yes.
Did you want to accept that offer from the state?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, sir, you can put your hand down. That's charge of trespass on property after warning is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that? What, do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case with the court today?
No contest.
No contest.
All right, do you understand about entering a plea of no contest in this case? Is you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you into this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand about entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. Going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. Going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs, the cost of prosecution in this case are $273. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Sabrina Mason.
Ms. Mixon, you're here in case 2021 MM444AA on charge of trespass on property after warning. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. And was there an offer to resolve the case today?
There is an offer, Your Honor. However, we would ask for pretrial release. I don't see any convictions on her record.
All right, Ms. Mixon, I'm going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition your pretrial release, no return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims or witnesses from your case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Mohammed Bandir.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Courtney Skiffington?
Ma'am, we're here in case 2021 MM6851AO on charge of petty theft. Did review the charging affidavit in this case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Say it was an offer to resolve this case.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, no return to the Walmart at 8990 Turkey Lake Road.
And this PCR situation, this is one of these level 2 diversion program things.
She was only.
I was trying to figure out what is she in? Like, she in drug court, like regular pretrial release?
Like, Your Honor, I just looked at.
Okay, I was asking. I know if she was in any PTD program or something like that already.
Pretrial release.
Just pretrial release on those cases. It's fine. All right. And as part of her PTR, was she supposed to be drug tested?
Let me check. Yes.
All right.
It was with RUA.
All right, Ms. Gifton, that's what, I'm saying that right?
Skiffington.
Skippington, Ms. Skippington. All right, so I want to accept your offer. Normally, when somebody has that many, these like multiple open cases, I probably wouldn't, and probably be holding you on those cases. But because of your lack of criminal history, and for some reason in your 30s you decided to join the criminal justice system, not going to do that. So I'm going to accept your offer. We'll accept your plea if you're willing to, if you're pleading to those cases today. Is that something that you wanted to do?
Yes.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
All right, you put your hand down. Man, we here in this case, 2021 MM 6851AO on charge of petty theft. They reviewed it, sorry, that's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You understand that?
Was that? I do.
All right. So you said it's adjudication?
No, a withhold.
Withhold, that's what I thought, okay.
There's no convictions, Your Honor.
That's what I thought, withhold, all right. All right, ma'am. You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No contest.
No contest.
All right, do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on this plea form in front of you?
I do.
All right, like you have the right to have a trial, right to have an attorney, those kind of things?
I do.
Question the state's witnesses and challenge the state's evidence?
I do.
All right, are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation? Okay.
Do I understand that?
Yeah, do you understand if you're not? Yep, all right. I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein to accept your plea. I'm going to find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand?
I do.
As to your open cases, 2021 CF 9443 and 2021 CF 9441. I want to continue to be on pretrial release in this case, same conditions, no drugs or alcohol. I want to make it an added condition that you not return to the scene of the location of this offense.
Okay.
I want to make it this offense.
Adding that condition.
I'm adding that condition. That's modifying her PTR to add that condition. Is you now add modifying condition not return to the scene of this offense. And you all will still be subject to random drug testing in that PTR case. Yeah, in both cases. So same condition. I think she's our only action I'm taking is to modify it, saying she can't return to the scene where the petty theft happened. Everything else is going to stay the same.
Did the petty, like the place of the petty theft happen where the out on bond happened?
I don't think so.
I don't.
Let me check. I'll check. Let me check real quick. Let me look on something. All right. So this is the Walmart Turkey Lake Road. She can't go back to as part of her new PTR order. In her old case, she has Mr. Wheaton representing her on. Oh, no, it was a traffic stop. And she also had a condition of no contact with her co-defendant, right?
On the old case?
Yeah. I was asking. Let me look at IA order. I'm in it right now. I should have said, no. No contact with any known drug dealers. And no return to the scene of the incident in that case. See? Well, I'll write it on here. All right. Yep. Yep. Someone say PTR, no return to Walmart. Turkey Lake. No contact. Co-defendant.
Your Honor, is the no contact with co-defendant, is that a modification, or are you just reiterating?
No, that's a modification because it wasn't on the original PTR order. So the modification, so Ms. Skippington, all right, so new modifications, that's your PTR order. No contact with your co-defendant as you're stopped in the car with, as well as no return to the Turkey Lake Walmart, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Stay out of trouble.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, it's rare that somebody in their 30s decides
I know.
to join this system of justice that we have here, all right?
Sam.
Yeah, it was a Walmart Turkey Lake. I'm writing it on here too.
Your Honor, you would also mention random urinalysis. Is
Yeah, that was already on the order. So all the same conditions, the only thing I'm adding. All right, have a good day, ma'am.
Stock Strand bonded, Your Honor.
All right. Someone's got a pen.
You just said.
What's up? Yes. And same thing as, the same. Yeah. All right, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Well, sorry, good afternoon now. Tell me your name, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Cherie Sullivan.
Ms. Sullivan, you're here in case 2021 MM 6860 AO on a charge of prostitution. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. And she doesn't qualify? Lack of community ties, I'm guessing?
Yeah, because the address that I guess she must have gave the person who interviewed her was out of state, but then now she's saying she's gonna relocate here, but she's been staying.
All right. Ms. Sullivan, are you planning to stay here in the Central Florida area, or are you planning to return to West Virginia? Is what it says?
No, if I can explain all that. I just moved. I was living in West Virginia, and I moved to Coral Springs, which is basically like Fort Lauderdale in Miami for my daughter's dad. That job didn't work out, so I ended up getting a job offer at New Smyrna Beach. So right now I'm staying at an Airbnb to try to get an actual permanent resident to actually be able to rent and, get a lease and stay full term.
All right.
But yes,
do
I do
you
plan on
have,
staying.
do you have a cell phone?
They took my phone.
Well, The officers took your phone?
Yeah,
or-
they grabbed my phones and then they put them both on airplane mode because one's off and one, like, the service is off and the other one isn't.
Okay.
But whenever I came in last night to sign for my things or whatever, they said that it never made it here. So I have a cell phone,
Right,
but
so
I'm
it's
just
in-
not
it's in
sure who I need to
evidence.
speak to as far as getting it back.
All right. Are you going to be able to get another phone? Is the next question.
Am I going to be able to get another phone?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean?
Well, it seems like your phone's in evidence at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
They're taking,
So-
are they keeping both phones?
Well, it's a process. You could probably get it back.
Oh, okay.
But you got to talk to your attorney, talk to the state of Florida, got to talk to the attorney for the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They have to agree to that. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for that to possibly happen, the question is, like, can you get another cell phone? Like, go to, I don't know what service you have, or
Yeah,
somebody can give you
yeah.
an old phone that you can turn on with your same service.
I mean, I can definitely see, but in the meantime, I do have, like, my sister, she would be picking me up. She has a working cell phone that I would be able to use in the meantime.
Where's your
as far as
sister
picking-
live? Does your sister live here, or she lives out of state?
No, she lives here. Whenever we moved, when I moved from West Virginia, we were both single moms. So we kind of took that leap of faith kind of together with our kids to move down here. So she kind of works, because it's, like I said, so the restaurant, that job that I got, she was able to start, this week to get that going, and I'm starting next week. So she's
Okay.
living with the Airbnb with me, with her kids.
All right. So, ma'am, I'm going to place you on pretrial release in this case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. The condition is you not return to the scene of the location, not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right.
Okay.
You have a great day.
What else?
Always hurt. It can be fixed. All things. It's very rare. It comes, it's some of those situations where it can't be fixed. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Danny Swinton.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 6848 AL on charge of petty theft. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. There was an offer for this case.
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Walmart at 3101 West Princeton Street.
She bonded, and we did PTR for her. All right, Mrs. Swinton?
Yes.
Sir, do you want to take that offer from the state of Florida?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Sir, that charge you're facing, okay, put your hand down, sir, apologize. That charge you're facing, sir, is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 60 days in Orange County Jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No contest.
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights that are outlined on this plea form in front of you. Do you understand you're waiving all your rights on the plea form? Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit in this case, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, give you credit for the 2 days that you spend in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court cost of prosecution in this case of $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir. Yep. And I got a print card up here for you, B. The print card, yeah. This switch, yeah, come on. This is switch places. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Dennis Hoover.
Mr. Hoover, you're here in case 2021 MO1117AO on charge of disorderly conduct. Did review the charging affidavit, did find factual basis for the interview, probable cause for your arrest. The city of Orlando is offering you a withhold of adjudication and guilt and court costs. Is that something you want to accept today?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
You put your hand down, sir. Sir, that charge of disorderly conduct is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No guilty.
Can you hear you?
No contest.
No contest.
The guilty or no contest is the question.
No contest.
No contest.
All right. You understand about entering a plea of no contest? You're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea forms in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand about entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen and could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
Did have opportunity to review your charging affidavit, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. Going to accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Going to withhold adjudication of guilt. Give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in this case are $223. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Your Honor, we have Carvalho as medical. And Jimenez also was on the Spanish list, but he is medical.
Jimenez. We had dealt with that case already. All right, let's deal with Caraballo. I think he always represented by the public defender's office in his failure to appear cases. I want to appoint the public defender to represent him in the new case 2021 CT 6577AO.
I'll waive the appearance.
All right. As to failure to appear cases in 2020 CT 927AW and 2020 CT 926AW, I spoke with Judge Jewett, and one of the cases has a PTR, the other one has an ROR. She told me to either resolve the case or set his bonds in $100 on each case. So that's what I'm going to do. In 2021 CT 6577AO, going to state, when found probable cause, going to set his bond amount of $500. Addition to the bond that he not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. 100, yeah.
Both of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he to remain on PCR?
No, I'm removing, he can't, the warrant said PTR. I'm striking the PTR condition, striking the ROR condition, and setting bond amount of $100 with Judge Jewett's instructions. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My son Elijah Briggs, sir.
Mr. Briggs, you're here in case 2021 CF 4882AO for failure to appear. Judge signing your warrant in that case sets your bond at no bond. Your bond's gonna be made at no bond. Does he already have a public defender? Yes. You want me to appoint a public defender to represent you?
No, I wanted to see if I can get another bond. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't.
I can't change your failure to appear warrant without speaking to your division judge first.
What did he say?
I cannot change your warrant without speaking to your division judge. So you are, let's see. You're in front of Judge Bleckman,
Yes, sir.
and without speaking to Judge Bleckman that issued your warrant last month, I can't change that warrant. So you got to go speak to Judge Bleckman about that.
How do I go about that?
Well, if you want to represent yourself, then we got to have a longer conversation. But you're entitled to the public defender because you're in the Orange County Jail, and that's what the Florida Supreme Court told me to do.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't get one public defender because I thought I could be able to just talk to you and see if I can get another bond or.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you that's not going to happen.
I understand that now.
Yeah. So did you want me to appoint a public defender now?
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and do that.
I'm going to appoint a public defender that can get you in front of Judge Bleckman for a bond motion.
Yeah. How long do you think I will have to wait for that, sir?
I'm not sure. Depends on how diligent and hardworking and how quick your public defenders are in Judge Bleckman's division. So I don't know them. They haven't practiced in front of me, so I don't know who they are.
Okay. Damn. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too, sir.
Your Honor, Cara is mental health.
All right, 2021 CF 12863 AO. Cara, going to appoint a public defender to represent him.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, I did review the charging affidavit. In his case, it did find probable cause for his arrest. As to the charges he's facing, in count one, I'm going to set his bond amount of $150. Count two, $4,000. Count three, $150. Count four, $100. And count five, $100. Condition of his bond, did not return to the scene of the location, had no contact with any victims or witnesses. He did not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has needs to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Lorenzo Holmes.
Combs, you're here in case 2021 CF 12834 AO on charge of possession of methamphetamine.
Yes, sir.
I did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond amount of $1,000.
Sir, can I speak when you're done?
See?
Sir, can I speak when you're done, sir?
I'm going to have to talk to your attorney first because I want everything you tell me to be on the record without her consultation. Condition of your bond, no drugs, alcohol without valid prescription, subject to random drug testing. All right, go ahead, Ms. George. Ms. George, is there anything you want to tell me first before I go? Okay.
That's it, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you also are out in 2021 CF 3967 AO. Court found probable cause to commit a new law offense, gonna set your bond in count one and that, revoke that bond, set a new bond in that case amount $2,000 in count one and $500 in count two. Addition of bond, no drugs, alcohol without valid prescription, random drug testing.
They only filed on possession of.
Only charged on possession of methamphetamine.
Mhm.
So there's $2,000 on count one, ROR, as to any other remaining counts. Still no drugs and alcohol, random drug testing.
Can you talk to him about the hours?
I mean, you can tell me.
Yes, Your Honor. On that, the last charge, the last time I was arrested,
yeah,
I was working for OPD on that case.
Okay.
I was working with them on that case.
I don't know. That's a contract, the situation you got to deal with you and OPD in the state of Florida. I don't know. So, I mean, just letting you know you're being broadcast on live TV while you're
No, it
discussing
doesn't
this.
matter to me.
All right. Well, you have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Morning.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Sean Davis.
Mr. Davis, you're here in case 2021 CF 121160 AO on charge of fraudulent use of a credit card and credit card theft. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1, amount of $2,000, count 2, an amount of $1,000. Addition to bonds, you not possess any other person's identification except your own. You also not possessing drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. You're subject to random drug testing. You're also out on bond in case 2021 CF 5581 AO. Court found a probable cause to commit a new law offense while you're out on bond. In that case, it's going to revoke that bond. Going to set a new bond in the amount of $0. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your new case. You have a great day, sir. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Kerry Dubois.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12869 AO on charge of fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement with license sirens activated, possession of cocaine, and destruction of evidence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case.
Here.
Ms. George.
Your Honor, for the destruction of evidence.
I was going to say attempt.
Okay, thank you.
As to count 3, did find probable cause for attempted tampering or destruction of evidence. It doesn't seem that the evidence was actually destroyed, so. It's just 7.04, but it's the same statute, and 918.13. 3. Yeah, count 3 only. Was both. Yeah. And the destruction of evidence. All right, as for fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement in charge, you're going to set your bond in that case amount of $2,500. You're going to set your bond in count 2 in the amount of $150 and count 3, $150. Condition of bond, no drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. We subject to random drug testing in those cases. This case, you also are not allowed to operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license in that case. You're out on bond in 2 matters, 2021 CF 7341 AO, as well as 2021 CF 3821 AO. Court finding probable cause that you commit a new law offense while you're out on bond in those cases. It's going to revoke that bond. Going to set a new bond in the amount of $0 in each case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in any case you're not already represented. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Andy Flynn.
Ms. Flynn, you're here in case 2021 CF 12871 AO on a charge of possession of methamphetamine. Did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,000, conditioning your bond. Is not possessing any drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. Does Seminole already have a hold on her, or?
Yeah.
All right. So Seminole County already has a hold on you for violations of your probation, so I'm not taking any action as to those cases. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? What's good afternoon, ma'am? Tell me your name.
Shanique Marley.
Ms. Marlin, you're here in case 2021 CF 6604 AO for a failure to appear warrant in that case. Judge signed your warrant in that case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. You want to appoint the public, I think you already had a public defender representing her, right? Let me check. Let me check one time. Marlon, let me go back to the next screen. No, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. So you have an attorney. You have a great day, ma'am. Ooh. Gray? Gray's later, I think. Do I have Flynn? No. Yeah, Gray, I remember seeing Gray, but Gray was in a different stack. All right. Captain, sir, can you tell me your name?
Good.
All right. Name, sir.
Dwayne Devontae Marshburn.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12346 AO on charges of fleeing attempt to loot law enforcement license sirens activated. The judge telling you warrant this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. All right. And the state was then offered to resolve this open trespass case.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
He has no,
He was like,
it's, if you, please.
I mean, we can do an adjudication credit time, sir.
yes, I mean, it just didn't seem to be I read it while we were on the break. All right. Mr. Marshburn, I'm going to set your bond in your fleeing attempt to loot case amount of $2,000. Condition your bond that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license in that case. If you want to resolve your trespass case, you can. 2021 MM 5900 AO. That's something you want to do today.
I believe we're appointed on that case, Your Honor.
Yep.
We would like to resolve it and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you charged in 2021 MM 5900 AO, you're charged with trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You understand that? Hear you. I couldn't hear you. I apologize.
I say yes, sir.
And Ms. George, what plea on your behalf of Mr. Marshburn?
No contest, Your Honor.
Mr. Marshburn, you understand by entering a plea of no contest in this case, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you. Like you have the right to have a trial, you have the right to have challenge the state's evidence, the right to call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit in this case, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. Going to accept your plea of no contest, finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, give you credit for the
14 days.
14 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 14 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. All those costs will be payable directly to the clerk within 2 years of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir. Yep.
For the trespass, Your Honor, I believe it was with his family members. Since the case is resolved, does the no return still stand?
Well, if they trespassed you from this place,
I'm not sure if it would.
I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to give you legal advice to that. I'm going to leave that to Ms. George, the counsel you asked that, because I feel like it's me giving you legal advice, but I don't know. As a general matter, I would say I wouldn't go back to places where I'm not generally wanted.
Sir.
Just seems to, would cause conflict, at least without being clear with the people that are going to be there. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read his complaint, so I don't know if they gave him a trespass warning or. I didn't read that part in his complaint. Let's see here.
New one was issued.
Yeah, it seems like he has a trespass warning, so you may want to abide by that trespass warning. No, he just asked me, so I was. Yeah. B. On the weekend, during the week, in the back room back there, with the TV, they show the video, right? Yeah, like during the week too, right? Is it the same video they show on the weekend? Same video all the time? All right, okay. All right. I guess we need a copy of it if somebody can. We got to see if somebody can make a copy of it for us. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Say it.
LCD Ignore.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12878 AO on charge of first degree murder with a firearm. The judge signed your warrant. This case did find probable cause for your arrest. Say, what are you asking that I do as to the sole count of the affidavit?
Your Honor, that is a capital offense. That's a capital offense. I ask defendant be held no bond.
Okay. Mr. Is it Noreen? Am I saying that?
Yeah, Mr. Noreen.
Sir, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. George, you have an argument as to the state's request.
No, Your Honor, I couldn't pull up the arrest affidavit. I don't have any facts or anything on that.
Yeah, I reviewed the affidavit. Probably be in his best interest.
I'll reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Noreen, I'm going to hold you at no bond as to this charge. Condition of your bond that you have no contact with this victim's family, have no contact with any co-defendants or any witnesses. You're not possessing any weapons or firearms. You're not any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're not to return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. All right, you gotta get in front of your division judge to have what they call an Arthur hearing or full-blown evidentiary bond hearing if that judge feels that a release is appropriate in this case, all right? All right, you have a great day, sir.
More.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good afternoon.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Hector Pino. Sorry.
Mr. Pino, you're here in case 2021 CF 12880 AO on charge of armed burglary of a conveyance with a firearm. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon, grand theft, third degree of a firearm, and violation of a repeat violence injunction. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. It did find probable cause for your arrest as to those charges. State, what are you asking I do as to count one?
Your Honor, that is an offense that is punishable by life. I ask defendant be held no bond.
Mr. Pino, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. George, do you have a response to the state's request?
Reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Pino, as to count one, the court's going to hold you at no bond. Count two, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $4,000. Count three, $150,000, and count four, $10,000. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to not return to the scene of the location. You are not possessing any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You don't have any contact with any witnesses as well. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. B, you're going to have him review this no contact order, please. All right. Mr. Pino, do you have any questions about the stipulations on this no contact order in front of you? All right. You have a great day. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
So he has a Seminole County case. So sorry.
Uh-huh. Is it an auto bond case?
Over the line arrest.
Okay, I think I saw it. Let me see. I was wondering why there was one in here. All right. Mr. Pino, you also arrested on a Seminole County case for burglary conveyance. Bond in that case is $8,000. On condition that you had no contact with the victim in that case as well. And you're not returned to the scene of the location. No weapons, no firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right, have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jason Schmaltz.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12867AO on a charge of burglary of a dwelling and petty theft. Did review the charging affidavit. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1 in amount of $2,000. Count 2, $500. Addition to bond, no return to the scene of the location. No contact with any victims or witnesses. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. We want to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
You too.
Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Andrea Sharber.
Ma'am, we here in case 2021 CF 12862AO on charge of battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting officer with violence, resisting officer without violence, and solicitation without a permit. View the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. You're going to set your bond in count 1 amount of $1,000. Count 2, $500. Count 3, $100. And count 4, $100. Condition of the bond is not return to the scene of the location where the incident happened. No contact with any victims or witnesses. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Mario Damon Snell.
Mr. Snell, you're here in case 2021 CF 12728AO on charge of sale delivery of methamphetamine. Judge signed your warrant. This case is found probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $15,000. Condition of your bond, you not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You not associate yourself with any known drug dealers or drug users. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Man, I don't understand what just happened. I thought I had $1,000 bond, and you just said.
Well, I'm looking at your record, which includes 20 felony convictions, 14 misdemeanors, 2 FTAs. You've already been convicted, from what I can see, at least twice for sale or delivery of narcotics, as well as you've also been convicted for charges of possession of intent to sell and deliver narcotics. $1,000 bond doesn't seem to be sufficient in this case. So I set the bond at the standard bond amount, which is $15,000. You have a great day, sir.
It was lower than that.
I understand that, but your record is not good at all.
My record is like what police is making it out to be. It's nothing.
Police is doing it.
Damn.
Police is giving you drugs?
No, they're making up all.
I'm saying.
It's all bogus reports about.
All right. Well, you can go to trial. Hope you get found not guilty if it's all fake. All right. Have a great day.
Saying you raised my bond up.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
James Sprague.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12830AO on charge of robbery, sudden snatching, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count one, amount of $5,000. Count two, $100. Condition of bond, no return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims or witnesses. May not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Oh, what's your last name? I couldn't hear your last name, sorry. All right. Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12857 AO on charge of aggravated battery causing great bodily harm with a weapon. Did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $5,000. Condition of your bond is you not return to the scene of the location, that you not have any contact with any victims or witnesses from this case. You also not possessing any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're subject to random drug testing in this, drug and alcohol testing in this case. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. All right. Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Jocelyn Villette.
Ms. Villette, you're here in case 2021 CF 12970 AO on a charge of grand theft motor vehicle. I did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond amount of $1,000. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants. A not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Give me 1 second here.
Sir, my issue is I don't have any phone numbers because they took my phone for evidence. I was wondering if I could be RR'd.
You have an open case, so no.
No, I know.
Yeah, but hold on.
No? Okay. Thank you.
I'm not done.
Oh.
She has another case.
Yeah, I think I go to court August 28th at 1:30. I've been in contact with my PD.
All right, and ma'am, you're out on bond in case 2020 CF 4223 AO. Court find probable cause to commit a new law offense while you're out on bond in that case. Is going to revoke that bond. Said new bond is $0 as that matter. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you in your new case. You have a great day, ma'am. So you got two things? What you got?